Hello, I'm Ellen with Pure Energy Dance Productions and the Dance Bar, and I'm here with Jaime Witts, a dancer from Ballet Austin. And so Jaime, we get questions all the time at how do I know that I am ready for my pointe shoes? And there's actually some exercises, some tests that you can do that show you whether or not your body is physically ready for your shoes.
Correct. There are doctors and physical therapists in New York who have done lots of research and studied this to prevent injuries in children going on pointe too soon. And I've been lucky enough to meet one of the PTs. I get to work with her. And she has given us kind of these tests that they've developed.
So first of all, rule number one is you gotta be 12.
Yep.
It will just prevent a lot of what?
It's just a good marker as far as development, and by 12 you should also have been training for enough years. Technically, a classical ballet training you can start counting at 8 years old, so you will have had 4 years of training, and your body will be at a more mature point physically. Now that is not for everybody because people mature at different rates, but it's a lot kind of a safer point in which to start.
Would be really the youngest that you would safely recommend.
Yes, definitely, especially based on the research.
Okay, so test number one, I have this pencil here. It's called the pencil test.
Yes.
So what am I going to do?
So in order to properly stand and dance on pointe, your bones in your foot and your leg have to be able to line up into one straight line. If you don't have the flexibility in your ankle for that to happen, what's going to happen is that your body's smart and it will compensate. The compensation is going to be that your knee is going to be bent. And now in classical ballet, that is not acceptable in shapes, not only for the aesthetic person, but not only for the aesthetics of it, the straight line is what we're going for, but also the safety. It's a lot easier to hurt your knee, twist an ankle. If you don't have that long straight line, that's the best way that your muscles work. That's how your bones line up. So the pencil test is to test that flexibility in your ankle.
So I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to point my toe.
Yep.
And what I want to see is what?
Can you lift your leg for me a little bit? So you want the pencil to be able to be parallel to the floor.
Okay.
And then so you pass the pencil.
Oh, yay!
So your line through your knee and through your ankle will make a straight enough line so that you can stand all the way over your box on pointe with that integrity of the bone structure, musculature.
Okay, yeah. Nice. So if I don't pass the pencil test, there's some things I need to work on before I even move on to some of these other tests. Right?
There are some things that you can do as far as ankle stretching. You can try, rolling out your calves, your shins. For some people, just because of the structure of the joint of your ankle, it might not happen. You might not ever pass the pencil test no matter how hard you work at it. So there are just some things, genetics and the way your bones are shaped and fit together. There's a lot of bones in your foot and ankle. And so that just might not happen for everybody.
So at that point, it just wouldn't be safe.
It wouldn't be safe to dance on pointe.
Yes. Okay, so I passed the pencil test, so what am I going to do next for my next test?
Next, should we do the airplane test?
Sure, let's do the airplane test.
The airplane test is difficult. So for the airplane test, you want to stay parallel, and you're going to do, if anybody does yoga, it's kind of like warrior 3. Right? So you want to go over with a flat back. It's really important to keep the pelvis level, the leg turned in, which if you've been training in ballet for a long time, that's going to be difficult because you want to turn out. You're going to keep your core strong, and you bend the knee over the toes, and you're going to press your arms together, right? And what we're looking for is the stability. Good job, Ms. Ellen. All right, and come back up. Excellent. And you need to, that's it. Keep it turned in, your hips level, and then what I'm really looking at besides that is your knee.
Okay.
Is your knee tracking right over your toe?
This one is
exactly.
Okay, so it's going to go straight down.
So you don't want to see that knee roll in or roll out, or the foot, the same thing in the foot. Right? We really want that stable. Okay, you can relax. It's difficult. It requires a lot of trunk strength, a lot of that tracking of your knee, which is also very good because once you turn out, those things change as well. So you have to have that stability.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good one to work on. Next thing is heel raises. Yes. And there's actually some new research that our PT just posted that Australia Ballet has cut down their circumstances of calf injuries and stress fractures in the foot by having their dancers practice doing 30 one-legged calf raises.
And it's supposed to be parallel.
It's supposed to be parallel so that your bones are lined up and the structure. Okay. So that's also taking out that element of how much turnout do you have.
Okay.
If you can keep your bones and the structure aligned as you rotate, as long as you're properly rotating from the hip, then that alignment should stay. Yeah. So
you would watch to make sure everything was aligned.
Exactly, and to make sure that as you go up, all of this integrity stays, and that this foot isn't gonna like roll in towards your big toe or sickle out towards your pinky toe, because that again, stability, it would be very dangerous on point. It's dangerous enough on demi-point.
Yeah.
So 25 of those is good, or Australia Ballet now says 30.
Okay.
But you want to work on that as well. And then that will also give you the strength for the next test, which is parallel one-legged sautés. I know, it seems like it won't be that hard, right? I jump all the time, but it is. So the same thing with the airplane test, where you want to make sure that this knee is tracking straight over the toe, up and down, that your pelvis is level as you go, that you're maintaining your posture, by holding your core.
And I'm going to use the bar because I will not have a pretty one-legged sauté without it, but so I'm going to make sure that I plie straight down, and then I'm going to push, and I'm going to jump into the air. Right. And I want that to stay
Yes, you want it to stay aligned and underneath you.
And how many am I going to have to do in order to pass this test?
10.
10?
Yes.
Nice and clean.
Nice and clean without, no wobbles. Yeah. Another way you can do them facing the bar like this, another idea that one of my teachers a long time ago had us do to practice beats was to put them side by side.
Oh.
And that way you can you don't have to lean forward. So you can really keep all of the integrity in the leg. And then there is one more test that is kind of fun and a little tricky. So what you are going to do is you're going to take this kind of flamingo position, but you're not allowed to touch. Your foot has to be floating. You can't touch your other leg.
Okay. Is it flexed or pointed? Doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually I do it flexed just for something different. Now you have to do I dream G arms.
Okay.
Okay. And you close your eyes. So you kind of see the little wobble in what you see here. Right, it's appropriate receptor exercise, so keep them straight.
I've always been fascinated at how when you close your eyes, it affects your balance. How much your balance depends on whether or not your eyes are open or not.
Right.
So this is whether or not my body can sense my balance and my equilibrium, right?
Right. And you want to work up to being able to do that for a minute without putting your foot down. I think it's something about 30 seconds, to pass, but you really want to work towards a minute.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, I love it. It's all so useful. It's so practical. Yes. It's something that you can do at home and you can see.
You can, and you can look up the research. There's articles and things on, the internet is fabulous, but it's a definitive, studied evaluation for whether or not it's safe for you to go on point.
Okay. So say that I passed pencil test and I passed through that airplane test.
I think you have to pass them all in the same time.
Pass them all. Okay.
In one sitting. Yeah.
All right.
That's the ultimate.
Okay. I like it. Thanks for sharing.
Sure. Good job.